So I just want to remind everybody, these are just my opinions and how I deal with fluid myself. This is not any sort of medical recommendation. You shouldn't be looking for medical recommendations off of YouTube. You should be looking for information to take to your medical care team to discuss so that you can make your own opinion. Don't just do what other people do. You have to make dialysis your own. What's up, fellow warriors and concerned normal people, or people that don't know? I've recently learned that I guess 1 in 7 people are walking around with kidney issues and don't know it. So today I'm holding a little bit of fluid. The sauna just isn't quite cutting it because the snow and the weather's been cold enough that I just have been kind of lazy. I've been out of wetsuit, and even with the new wetsuit, when I went out the other day, it was like 28 degrees out, so I was still cold. So I've been lazy, and I haven't been moving around enough, getting my cardio up enough to move my fluid. So you can see the bags under my eyes. I'm holding fluid in my ankles. This is really pissing me off. That's way too much for me. This is not cool. I need to move to get the fluid out of my legs. I need to move my cardio. So today I'm in a sweatsuit. I'm gonna go for a little jog around the neighborhood, get my energy level up and get that fluid moving so that I can get it going some, because if I don't and I go surfing tomorrow, I'm just gonna get pounded, because as much as I can breathe better than most patients, this ain't cutting it. So yeah, I'll come back and show you guys what I look like sweating, and I'll probably cut about 3.5 kilos this way. I'll go for a jog and then I'll go sit in the bath for a little while. All right, hope you guys are doing all right out there. All right, I want to show you how hard I'm breathing right now for a small jog, a light run, and then later, once I actually get fluid moving, break a sweat, get my lungs to open up, how much I'll be able to breathe more. I'm going downhill right now, and I'm still kind of struggling, but a lot of that's just to do with my fluid. Even only holding 1, maybe 2 kilos, and then I'm gonna be able to dehydrate myself. You can actually dehydrate yourself as a dialysis patient. It's not easy. Holding fluid feels the same as being dehydrated, and you get this fluid locked in your body, but you have to respond differently, obviously. So starting to feel it moving a little bit. I feel that warming up. So in a little bit here, I'm gonna break the sweat, and then I'll start being able to breathe better. $40. $50. Oh. $10. 20. 3. Oh, 25's good on those. I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to beat up a little bit. As a dialysis patient, you can sweat a lot more than a normal person. And don't forget stretching. Stretching is how you avoid those cramps. Cramps are not exactly a good representation of dry weight in truth. They're more a representation of fluid and electrolyte transfer, and to a certain extent of flexibility. Because we're talking about things moving around more than we're talking about volume. As I am holding fluid right now, but after some squats and stuff, I'm feeling a little crampy. I rarely feel crampy. So I used to teach gymnastics, and I stretch and I keep my flexibility up. Pretty sure actually that stretching is physically increasing the surface area of your muscles and therefore increasing the transfer between the cells and your blood. So it's literally moving the fluid. I mean, we all know what stretching does down at the clinic if you get a cramp. Like, if the tech won't come push on your foot, what kind of tech are they? Oh. And for you normal people, what I'm talking about is this dialysis causes cramps, causes very bad cramps. And so at dialysis, they use cramping to judge your fluid levels. So we get terrible cramps at dialysis. A lot of times it's in the calf, but they don't want to let you stand up because that'll cause a blood pressure drop and be difficult for your health. It could cause acute, huge problems, fall over, major issues. So that's just not allowed. So a good tech will come over and put their leg up against your foot and press, because your foot is pushing fully forward. It's locked like this, and they got to push it back to get your calf worked out. A really nice tech will come over and push on your foot and massage your leg, but that's kind of above and beyond in general tech language. But yeah, stretching is super important because cramps suck. And we're talking about a different level of cramps. For you athletes out there, I was an athlete, I still sort of am. We're not talking about the same level of cramps. Oh. All right, I think I'm ready to run. All right, so now I'm going back uphill, and I'm running at a similar range as to when I was going downhill. My breath's a little better, my pace is better, so I can feel it building up. We'll see how long I can maintain this pace or not. But we'll get that fluid moving. All right, I'm out of shape. Lazy. That didn't last long. To be honest with myself, where I am, it's kind of a joke. This is my fault. This isn't dialysis. This isn't me being lazy. Just being grumpy and letting this shit get to me. Sometimes I forget where I live, take it for granted. Man, I live in a beautiful forest. Need to get out and enjoy it more. So gotta remember that I will enjoy things if I get out more, get the fluid off, stop feeling like crap. Maybe keep moving enough to keep that breath rate up, keep that heart rate up. If I'm not breathing hard, I'm not moving, working my lungs. You can exercise your lungs. I don't know if you remember in the hospital, they probably gave you that thing to breathe into with a little float ball and a little meter. Yeah, those things are good. Should probably get one of those. All right, so I got the fluid moving, just starting to break a sweat. So now I'm gonna get in a hot bath, get myself hotter, and I'll start to really sweat. I won't be able to stay in the bath very long, and then I'm gonna have to get out and cool off. And when I start to cool off is when I'm gonna really start to sweat. I might put the sweatsuit back on during that time period, I might not. But you gotta let your body cool. It's the expansion and contraction that helps pull the blood and the fluid away from the surface of your skin and from your feet and your hands. By hot and cold, you can really get the fluid to move a lot more, not just get the fluid off, but get the fluid out of those troublesome spots that it doesn't want to get out of. All right, well, I'm starting to sweat a little bit, but honestly, I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated at this point because the fluid's not coming off as easy as I would like. And my overall health, I've been lazy and I've let myself go, and I don't have the base health to exercise enough to do this. I barely run like half a mile, which for somebody that was captain on the soccer team, that's just not really acceptable. And again, this isn't dialysis. This is me accepting dialysis and letting my physical strength go. So I'm sitting here with the sweatsuit on, with my hands and feet in the hot water so I know a lot of people would say that I'm being hard on myself, but honestly, please don't give me comments of sympathy. That's not what I need. I need to get moving, be honest with myself, and get stronger. I need motivation, and I don't get motivation through sympathy. I get motivation from seeing other people try hard. And feeling like I might be able to actually help inspire somebody, even though I feel weak as fuck right now. Yeah. Well, I guess the GoPro battery's done, so that's it for my rant for now. We'll come back later when I've dropped fluid for real and actually feel better. Hope you guys are feeling it. All right, I just got back from dialysis. I wanted to show you the difference in my face, and I still have some bags under the eyes, but they're definitely not as big. And my ankles, you can see that this morning I had big old sock lines. I still have some sock lines, but not big indentations. So it wasn't as easy as it's been in the past, but I'm a little out of practice on dropping fluid that way. But I dropped down from 74.6 to 71.0 from yesterday. Today's Friday, Saturday, so my back-to-back treatments. So I dropped 3.6 kilos. That's something like 7.7 pounds, somewhere in there. So almost a gallon of water. Yeah, now I feel pretty good and feel ready to go surfing tomorrow. Super stoked on the wetsuit.